In Paris, everything felt like a dream that never truly ended. The air was filled with the scent of coffee, the rhythm of models' footsteps, and the whispers of secrets slipping between silk and camera flashes. In a city that worships beauty and coincidence, a single fleeting moment can change the course of destiny. And on the night of October 5th, 2025, amid the grandeur of Paris Fashion Week, destiny chose a man named Kim Taehyung, known to the world as V of BTS. When he arrived at the Celine 2026 show, dressed in a double-breasted cream suit that shimmered softly under the twilight, no one could have predicted that the night would become a stage for something far greater than fashion. Sitting beside him was Uma Thurman, a cinematic icon whose presence radiated a timeless aura, sharp, graceful, eternal. A simple gesture, a strand of Uma's blonde hair blown loose by the wind, and Taehyung's gentle fingers tucking it behind her ear, transformed the scene into something cinematic. In seconds, cameras clicked, Uma's laughter rang out like crystal, and the world witnessed a chemistry that felt like a film scene that had never been written. The video, only a few seconds long, spread like wildfire. 77 million views overnight, and the world was reminded once again why Taehyung could create magic without uttering a single word. Yet beneath the glamorous spotlight and endless social media commentary, one person saw something deeper than mere virality. In a quiet corner of Hotel de Ville, where the post-show party unfolded in an atmosphere half dream, half memory, sat a man with a gaze full of contemplation, Luca Guadagnino. The Italian director, celebrated for his sensitivity to human desire and emotion in films like Call Me by Your Name, 2017, Bones and All, 2022, and his recent work Queer, 2024, was sipping an espresso martini while quietly watching the crowd. He hadn't come seeking sensation, but rather as an artist who reads human body language like a musical score. And that chilly evening, his gaze fell on Taehyung. Gentle movements, thoughtful eyes, a shy smile. Everything flowed naturally, unforced, unscripted. In a quiet murmur to a nearby publicist, Guadagnino said, "That's not just kindness, that's presence. The boy has the soul of an actor." A spontaneous comment, captured by a paparazzi's phone camera, became a global headline by the next morning. On the morning of October 6, 2025, social media ignited. The hashtags VXUMA and hashtag Team Guadagnino dominated X, Instagram, and TikTok. Clips of Guadagnino's remark were replayed thousands of times, analyzed like fragments of a secret code. Army fans dissected every syllable. Did the director truly see Taehyung as a natural-born actor? Was this a hint of a future collaboration? Some fans noticed something subtler. Taehyung had previously expressed admiration for Luca Guadagnino's work. In a Vogue Korea interview in late 2024, he mentioned watching the trailer for Queer, Guadagnino's adaptation of William S. Burroughs' script. "I love how Luca captures loneliness and longing without ever saying it out loud," Taehyung had said. "There's something real in the way he frames silence." Now, a year later, those words felt prophetic, a perfect circle of fate closing in Paris, between a director known for unraveling the deepest layers of human emotion and a singer who has long written poetry through sound and expression. Throughout his career, BTS's Taehyung has been a figure hard to define. A singer with a warm baritone voice, a visual artist who continually surprises the fashion world with his elegant eccentricity. Yet behind that, many forget that Taehyung harbors a deep love for cinema. In a 2022 interview, he admitted to writing story ideas when alone at night. "Sometimes I write little scripts," he said with a shy laugh. "Maybe one day I'll film one of them." That moment in Paris, witnessed by Luca Guadagnino, a filmmaker renowned for turning subtle gestures into profound metaphors, felt like a confirmation of Taehyung's old intuition, that within him lives an actor quietly breathing behind the singer, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Guadagnino's Queer, scheduled for release in late 2024, tells a story of loneliness, identity, and hidden desire in the shadow of post-war disillusionment. Starring Daniel Craig and Drew Starkey, the film embodies the intense emotional texture typical of Luca's works. When the queer trailer first dropped in November 2024, Taehyung was one of the few Korean celebrities who liked the film's official Instagram post. Fans took it as a small gesture of appreciation. But now, after Guadagnino's Paris comment, that feels like the first clue in a larger story. There's an undeniable kinship between Guadagnino's artistry and Taehyung's persona. Both are drawn to the tender, secret side of humanity. In Layover, Taehyung's 2023 solo album, he exposed raw emotion as if speaking to his own reflection. Songs like Love Me Again and Slow Dancing conveyed silence, nostalgia, and unspoken yearning, the very emotions that lie at the heart of Guadagnino's films. If Luca writes stories about love that can't be spoken, Taehyung sings them. One fan wrote on X, "They speak the same language, the language of silence." As dawn broke over Paris on October 7th, 2025, the scent of rain lingered on cobblestone streets while whispers of the story refused to fade. Journalists hurried to write, fans speculated endlessly, and the world waited for confirmation. Had Luca Guadagnino really found new inspiration in a K-pop star? As always, Taehyung chose silence. No official statement, no hasty clarification, only a single post on Weverse, a black and white photo of him gazing out a hotel window, captioned sometimes, "Presence says more than words." Instantly, it went viral. Thousands commented, quoting Luca's line from that night, "Kindness is presence." As if Taehyung was subtly acknowledging it, or simply echoing a sentiment still floating in Parisian air. Meanwhile, in Rome, Guadagnino was reportedly finishing the script for an unannounced short film. Industry whispers suggested he'd begun writing a new character, inspired by someone from the music world, possessing a natural softness and mystery. Was that character modeled after Taehyung? No one knows. But in cinema, where coincidence often disguises itself as destiny, anything is possible. To many, that fleeting Paris moment may be just another viral clip. But for those who understand art's subtler language, it was a fragment of eternity, a gentle hand, an honest laugh, a quiet gaze, forms of wordless communication between two worlds, the one that breathes through rhythm and the one that breathes through light. In Kim Taehyung, Luca Guadagnino may have found what he'd been searching for all along: presence without effort, beauty without intent, and vulnerability born of honesty. And for Taehyung, perhaps that night was simply a night of being himself, without cameras, without roles, without a stage, yet it was in that very simplicity that he delivered the truest performance of his life. As talk of a possible collaboration reached both Hollywood and Korean media, the industry began to whisper. The Hollywood Reporter called it an accidental addition, while Vogue Italia described it as a meeting of two worlds united by silence and intuition. HYB, Taehyung's agency, declined to comment, but an inside source said, Taehyung has always been open to interdisciplinary artistic expression. If Luca Guadagnino truly is planning something, the world might soon witness a fusion of European cinema and Asian sensitivity in a form never seen before, a silent dialogue between two artists who speak through aesthetics, not words. And amid all the speculation, one thing is certain: Paris, with all its beauty and intrigue, has once again played its role as the messenger of fate. It brought together an Italian director who bears the human soul and a Korean musician who hides his emotions within melody. That night in Paris wasn't merely about Uma Thurman's hair or Guadagnino's discerning gaze. It was a story of discovery, a moment when art recognized itself in an unexpected soul. And perhaps, amid the runway lights and autumn winds, a new chapter began for Kim Taehyung, not just as a singer, a soldier, or a fashion icon, but as an artist ready to step into the cinematic world. Because, as Luca Guadagnino once said in a famous interview, cinema is not about acting, it's about presence. And that night in Paris, I saw a presence that could not be ignored. Perhaps, without even realizing it, Taehyung had already begun his own film. Not with a script, not with a camera, but with authenticity. And Paris, the city of light, once again became witness to the birth of a new legend. A singer discovered not on a concert stage, but amid the hush of couture, the laughter of Uma Thurman, and the gaze of a maestro named Luca Guadagnino.